What's up, guys? Thanks for being here again. And if you're here for the first time, thank you for coming. Today I think I want to tell another story about the house that I grew up in. If you haven't watched my first video about it, I'll just give a little bit of background. The house was located right on the outskirts of Pittsburgh in a kind of small town ish, and I we experienced a lot of stuff there that was strange, weird, inexplainable, scary, everything. So here goes one of them instances here. Now I have to explain just a little bit how the house was laid out in this one area. Now when you walked into the front door itself was weird now that I'm looking back on it, because it was this huge big red door, probably the size of like a door in like another half a door, and then the doorknob was in the middle, the dead center of the door. So that was pretty weird in itself. But okay, so you walk in the door, and it's like a entryway, and you could go back the hallway, down the basement stairs, straight into the living room, or right into the kitchen. So it was the night that I'm talking about. My mom and I were both sleeping in the living room. She was on one couch, the couch up against the wall where you couldn't see anything, and I was on the other couch where you facing that like the front door and the entrance. So I could see everything that was, people come and go and whatever. I could see everything going on. um so do you know how you will be dead asleep, and then all of a sudden you just wake up and just something startles you awake and you're wide awake? Well, that's exactly what happened to me this night. I'm sorry, I keep moving this. So I jump up and I'm wide awake, and I see somebody where the basement steps were, like leaning over, just staring, dead staring at me. And I'm like, I thought it was my brother at first, because he would come and go all hours of the night. So I thought it was him at first. And I'm sitting there, Tommy, why are you, stop doing that? Well, you're freaking me out, But all of a sudden, the dude he keeps staring at me, and as I'm saying stop, he starts like growling, and it was so, dude. I was screaming so loud, "Mom, wake up!" Like top of my lungs screaming. My dad comes right, because he was sleeping back in their bedroom. He comes rushing out of the room, and he sees the guy, chases it downstairs, down into the basement, and like a few minutes later he comes back up, and he's like, there was no, he's like, I saw him, but he was gone. Like he was right behind him, like it wasn't a real person, is what I'm getting at. Yes, so that, it was, dude, there was like, that was I think the last real crazy thing that happened to me in that house before we moved. But it was really intense the last couple years living there, because like I said, this stuff happened to not just me, the whole family, and people that even came there that didn't live there. My dad would walk around the house at night, just checking windows, checking doors, making sure they're locked. He'd like walk around the house with a gun at night, and just to make sure we were all like, safe and everything. And he was super like paranoid living there. Like it was, we just couldn't live there anymore. So we sold it, or they got rid of it, I don't know. And we moved into a really, really small little rental house. And then they bought another house. We only lived in the rental house for like a year, and then they bought another house. But yeah, it was just a lot. And then after we moved out of the house, this is another real crazy thing. Like for a couple weeks, or however long, we still had the keys. Like, we still owned it after when we moved, so we could walk in and out of it, like, go in there and check on whatever. So this was about like a couple days after we moved out. The house was on the news because there was this big oak tree in the backyard, a big giant tree, and they called it like a microburst or something. And the tree, if it just like exploded out of the ground. There was no storm or tornado or nothing like that. And all the branches and big, thick, tree branches shot through the windows and damaged the roof, went through the roof and everything. And if I would have been in my bed that night, like, there's no way I probably would have lived, because it was like a giant like tree trunk where my bed was. It probably would have fell straight on me. So yeah, I look online, like on YouTube and stuff, to see if that clip is on there from the news, but it was a long time ago. I don't even think YouTube was like a thing back then. Actually, I don't think it was. But yet, after that day, we went and seen the tree through it. I never went back in there ever again. But I have driven past the house and everything a few times, and every time I just get like the weirdest vibe. It's just creepy, man. All the crap that we went through in there, like, I don't know. I'll get into some more stuff, but that's just one of the other crazy things. And I loved that house, man. We had the best backyard ever. Had a nice pool, and like, we had like horseshoe pits in the backyard, and like the house was surrounded by like beautiful rose bushes and plants, and what else? Like, we had everything. It was amazing growing up there, but it was just terrible because of all that stuff going on. Oh, let me tell you this one more. This is just a small little one. Okay, so me and my sister, I have an older sister, older brother. We were down in the basement this one time, where we were in my brother's room. I think it might have been her room at the time. They might have switched rooms, because we did that sometimes. So we were down, yeah, it was her room. We were down there chilling, and we were, and we heard like something outside of the door making a bunch of noise, and we're like, oh my God, what is that? Because we're so used to stuff happening, but it's still scary. So we're like, oh my God, what is that? What is that? She grabs like a bat, no, it was a tennis racket. She grabs a tennis racket. There was nothing for me to grab. I grabbed like an aerosol can of like something, like cleaner or something. That's all that there was there. And we go out, like open the door to see what's on the other side of it. And there was nobody there, but you look down on the floor, and there was a glass of water just sitting on the floor outside the door. And we're like, what is, like it really, like, it's funny now, but then it wasn't funny. It was really scary. And the thing is, it was a glass that didn't belong to our household. I'd never seen it in my life. So I don't know what that was about. And I don't know. I really don't. So if y'all have any stories or anything weird like that, I just want to know, like, that I'm not the only one that this weird crap happens to. So leave it in the comments, or let me know if any. You don't have to tell the whole story, just like let me know if you believe in this kind of stuff or not, because I sometimes I feel like I'm crazy, but I know that it's I know for a fact that the stuff happened. So alright, guys, I'm sorry for rambling. I'm just bored and in a mood to talk today. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hit subscribe and like if you liked the video. I'm still learning all the YouTube stuff. I'm trying to make is these videos as best I can. I need to get some stuff like equipment and stuff. All I have right now is this phone, and I mean, in this computer, but the computer's kind of crappy. So yeah, I just want to keep making these videos and just talking about the different things that I've been through throughout my life, because it's been one heck of a ride. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good one.